Hey guys, my tag is Christmas is cancelled, and what you're seeing is my Grandmaster 2 benchmark run of Kid Target Switch. I get a 23580, which is rank 17 on the leaderboards, and in this video I will be telling you guys everything I know to get a high score just like this. Before we start, I do want to quickly say that if you didn't know, you should play target switching scenarios on a higher FOV. I would recommend 110 to 115 Overwatch. Also, when going for a score, it's okay to keep restarting the scenario until you get a bot directly in front of you. Everyone does it, so just get that one free bot. I remember when I was only a couple months into Kovacs, and Pat Target Switch was the most frustrating scenario. I could not understand why I had to keep reloading. The bots aren't hard to hit, they aren't strafing in a crazy pattern, so why was I messing up so much? I was following the Aimer 7 guide, and when you get to the sub aim B section, he says you should be able to get 7500 consistently, and I just didn't understand how. The thing I didn't understand back then, which I understand now, is that you have to deliberately implement everything you know in both clicking and tracking scenarios. Just like how in click scenarios, you keep track of the next target you're going to go for and go in a straight smooth line right to it, you have to do the same thing in target switch scenarios too. And just like how you focus on reacting in tracking scenarios, you have to do the same thing here. Once you're on the bot, you match its speed and believe it's going to keep going in the direction it's going in until it doesn't. While that sounds obvious, there's a reason why you're stuck with these scenarios, and it's what I mentioned before. The scenario looks simple enough and reloads are tilting as fuck. And because you're tilted and so focused on not reloading, you lose sight of what you should be doing, making the scenario really complicated all in your head. Here's an example that I think should be helpful. In the book The Inner Game of Tennis, the author gives a tennis lesson to a woman who claims to always hit the ball on the wood, not the strings. So he serves her some shots and tells her to hit the ball on the strings, and to his surprise she was actually right. She hit most of the shots on the wood. He then served her more shots, but told her to hit the ball on the wood, like purposely hit the ball on the wood. She then proceeds to hit most of the serves, but this time they were all on the strings, and she says, "I can't do anything I set my mind to." The moral of that story is that she's right. If you focus too hard on trying to make your body do something, you're going to do it wrong. If you had to learn how to walk again, it'd be almost impossible. Yet babies are doing it all the time. This is due to your mind interfering. So the best way to get better at not reloading in these scenarios is just to not care about the reloads. Just do the scenario simply, and over time you'll just get better at it. Since we're talking about getting better over time, what do I think you should do? Well, target switching scenarios are the combination of both clicking and tracking, so if you're weaker at one, I would put my work towards that. As long as your mentality isn't the main issue, I would bet that your target switching scores are at the same level as your clicking and tracking scores. When it comes to the scenarios, I personally think you should just play the scenario until you get good at it. The small versions of target switch scenarios are honestly too hard unless you're good at the main scenario already. For example, when you're pushing for the Grandmaster's benchmark, it's okay to play small. Another thing you can do is play the invincible version to practice the tracking and the click version to practice the clicking, but as I said, it's really just a focus on the fundamentals that's the main thing. And that's all I have for this video. I'm sorry that it's shorter than the other ones, but it's really just all about keeping things simple in your head. If you found it helpful, I would appreciate a like and a follow, and also if you would check out my Twitch stream. Thanks again for watching, hopefully I'll see you guys next video.